Hey everybody, this is Charlie, the Pennsylvania grain farmer. It's Sunday, May the 22nd, 2022, almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This video is just going to be an update. This is going to be a short one. I know many of my videos tend to be on the long side, anywhere from 18 to over 20 minutes, but this one's just going to be short because really all I want to do is give you an update on where I am. And right now I'm actually in a pretty good place. I am celebrating with an adult beverage this afternoon because I have finished up my planning for 2022. I have 46 acres of corn in, 21 acres of soybeans, and 12 acres of oats. And I finished that actually this morning. And yeah, I know that it's Sunday and I don't like to work on Sunday, but sometimes God gives you an opportunity, with the weather, and I think all of us farmers know that sometimes you just have to take it. Yesterday I worked all day. I did some harrowing. I finished up my soybeans. And then I also planted some corn. But when I was done with that corn, at the end of the day, it was almost dark, and I had 3 acres of corn ground left. And something was telling me, go harrow that, go harrow that. So I did. I went out and I got it done before it got dark, but I wasn't able to plant it. And overnight, last night, it was supposed to rain, and it was supposed to rain today. So I thought, well, I would at least have that ground fluffed up, and Monday and Tuesday are supposed to be decent, so maybe it'll dry out enough that I can do it then, because there is a big wet spot in that field. But when I woke up this morning, it was very humid and warm, but the sky was clear, and the sun came out and it was looking beautiful. I checked the weather on my phone, and it looked like we weren't going to have rain until at least 2 in the afternoon. So I thought, you know what? There's 3 acres out there that need planted. I'm going to go do it. So I got the Oliver 1550 and the planter out, and went out and got those 3 acres done. So I'm very glad and grateful about that. I have to be honest, I don't know how I got it done this year. If you've watched my videos, you know that I moldboard plow everything, and for me that's about somewhere 77, 80 acres, something like that. I moldboard plow it, and that means then that I'm going to disc it and I'm going to harrow it. And we had a really weird spring weather-wise. It was relatively wet, I would say. And then sometimes we'd get a couple of nice days and it would just start to dry out where you could think about doing something, and then it would rain again. And then the temperature was a roller coaster. I mean, there were literally times that we had 80 degrees one day and the high was 45 degrees the next day. Just crazy. But I just chipped away at it. Something told me, when to go out, when to do this, when to do that. I just chipped away at it and got it done. I like to have my corn and soybeans in by around the 10th of May or so. Today's the 22nd, so yeah, I'm a little bit late, but based on the weather that we've had, I'm really glad that I got it in when I did. So I really consider that to be a blessing. And I did it without really too much in the way of mechanical problems. Yesterday I had more problems than at any other time. As I was finishing up the last field of soybeans earlier in the day, my monitor went off on the tractor fender, and here the number 3 unit, the chain came off, the chain that drives the seed disc. So I got that put back on. I couldn't see a reason why it came off. Nothing was broken or bent or seemed to be out of line. So I put that back on, and then it worked just fine the rest of the day. The other thing was, when I was almost done with the field of soybeans, I stopped at the end of the field. I was putting the right-hand marker up, and as it was going up, the marker fell to the ground. Luckily, the hydraulic hoses were long enough that it didn't, break or tear them. But that marker was raising, and then it just all of a sudden fell to the ground. And what happened was this bracket holds it on, and as you may be able to see, it was only welded for about 1.5 inches here and about 2 inches here. The rest of this, I think, should have been welded onto the frame, but wasn't. So the young man that helps me unload hay is a professional welder. He's a much better welder than I am. He's going to come up tomorrow, and we're going to put this bracket back on and weld it up right, because I want to get the planter cleaned up and ready for to sit until it's needed for next year. But I don't like to put it away broken. I like to make sure that everything is fixed up, greased, and ready to go whenever I put it away for the year. So we're going to get this welded back on, and then that white 5100 will be done for the year. So I am very grateful for and thankful for what I've been able to get done and to get things planted and finished the way I did. One other little bit of news, probably later this week I'll be doing a video on a new arrival to the farm. I made a deal on a piece of equipment. It's a used piece of equipment, but new to me, and it's a piece of equipment that I definitely need to replace. So as you know, I'm in Western Pennsylvania. This piece of equipment is out in Eastern Ohio. So, and right now my truck happens to be in the shop with as the shop foreman told me, a collapsed lifter. So they're taking the head off of the engine and going to replace the lifters on the one side. Number 7 cylinder is not working because of that. So hopefully it's supposed to be done by, I believe, the end of the day on Tuesday. But in any event, one way or the other, I'm going to be taking a trailer out to Eastern Ohio a little bit later this week and picking up this piece of new to me equipment, and I'll probably do a video on that. So with all that being said, this is Charlie, a very grateful Pennsylvania grain farmer, saying thank you for viewing, thank you for subscribing and supporting the channel, and I'll see you next time.